Hello everyone. I hope you all are well, enjoying these beautiful summer days. We just got back from camping in Baxter State Park up in the Maine woods, and I had some thoughts or things that were coming to me that I wanted to share with you while I was there. One of the things that the most important things I experienced was being unplugged. No cell phone service, no internet, also no running water, none of that. And it's such a gift and really important for us to do that sometimes, even if we don't necessarily, you can't necessarily get to that sort of a off-grid place. You can still do it. Just take your phone away for yourself, turn it off for a day. You can tell people that you're doing it. If you feel like they need to reach you, just tell them I'm not going to be available. And the reason that's so important is when we take the time to quiet the noise in our heads. And so often with social media, while it can be a wonderful way to connect with people, we can often look at it and compare ourselves to others and start to feel bad about ourselves. Well, look at this amazing life they're sharing, and my life's not like that. And and then there's the addiction piece of just watching endless little video clips, which maybe there's some fun, interesting things out there, but after we find ourselves watching one after another and another, it's like, what did I just do for the past hour? It's just a time suck. And we've got to be careful with these tools. They can be very helpful and a powerful way to connect with people, but they also can be used in the wrong way. And certainly we're going to see that with AI and all that being rolled out. Doesn't mean that it's all bad, but it just depends on how it's used. Ideally, it's used for light. But one of the things that I wanted to share was our ability really, I guess, to connect with our intuition when we're not plugged in, when when we give ourselves some time in nature to just be quiet. It's, we have our, these souls within, right? And our higher selves are really our true selves, part of our soul. It's kind of like all the same sort of thing. Our soul, and then the highest expression of our soul is our higher self in the spirit realm. And our higher selves always want to connect with us. They want to, it's this wise, loving part of who we are. Also, there's spirit guides. We have at least one primary spirit guide and a few others that will help us with different things in my own life between life regression. I do those for people, but I've also experienced them myself. I've of course met my primary spirit guide, this beautiful woman with long black hair who I always see, and I always connect with her. The name that I have for her is Minerva. I haven't actually told that to anybody here publicly because it's such a private relationship, but I'm going to share it with you now. And then there's a few others that come in. So, but we cannot necessarily, we don't necessarily listen to them, to their, to the voice of our higher self, to our guides, even to our angels. When we're constantly having thoughts going through our head of, analyzing things, trying to figure out what we're going to do next or how we're going to be, or, we're always ruminating in some ways. This is human nature. So when we just push pause on all that and go outside, it's so easy to just, let go of those thoughts when we're immersed in an activity. So for me, it's gardening. I have my little garden bed down there that I was weeding a little bit this morning. Actually, it's over there behind the chairs, and then there's my actual garden way back there. Anyway, and I love doing that. I was picking some calendula flowers and chamomile, and I'm going to dry them to make a calendula oil and chamomile tea. And then I found some giant cucumbers that I had that were buried under the leaves in my garden, and I was just perusing around and weeding and just kind of being in this space of presence, this place of presence. And that is just, I cannot overstate how important that is, to just do nothing. So there is meditation, and there's that, intentionally sitting down to quiet the mind, which I try to do regularly every day. And I recommend that. Just some way, somehow bring in light, connect with your heart, connect with your spirit and your soul, just quiet the mind. But then just, allowing ourselves this space to just be is such a powerful way that our higher selves and our guides and angels can speak to us. So try it. Try just going for a walk, for no particular purpose. Of course, I was weeding a little bit, which technically is, doing something, but I don't really need to weed. I actually don't mind the weeds, and they're not really affecting the plants. So I was just pulling out clovers to give to the chickens because they love to munch on them. They're right down here. You can probably hear them. Maybe you can see them. Anyway, but just times to just be. That's when the answers will come, when we stop seeking, when we stop ruminating and trying to figure it out. We just have a knowing, and that's our intuition. So hopefully that's helpful in some way. If you want, more support on that, as some of you know, I'm doing an angels class in October where I'm going to teach you how to open your third eye, teach you how to clear away fear, doubt, ego, to connect with your own heart, your higher self, and specifically attuned to the vibration of angels. Such a powerful healing energy, connecting with archangels and angels. They shift energy. I connect with them all the time. We'll also cover a little bit about spirit guides and ascended masters and connect with them. And we'll talk about the Akashic Records. So it's not just angels, it's all kinds of ways to connect with higher guidance, which for me, it gets me by. It's how I function. It's how I cope in these crazy times, especially running a business, homeschooling my kids. It's a lot, right? I bounce a lot. I'm either homeschooling them or working, and then I take time to do things like this and be with friends and my husband, of course, and family. But connecting in with my divine guides is absolutely essential for me to cope. So hope this was helpful in some way, maybe seeing the class. If not, either way, hope that you find some benefit and can incorporate some of this into your life. Many blessings, much love.